In the race for the White House, Donald Trump finding strong support among working-class families battered by the global economy.
NAFTA has done more to destroy your community than any other single act. It was signed by Bill Clinton, and I assume Hillary was there watching over him, right? Somewhere pretty close.
My next guest is here to explain Trump's appeal to hard-working Americans. We have former Pennsylvania Senator Rick Santorum, who ran against Trump in the race for the GOP nomination. Pleasure to have you, Senator, here with us today on The Real Story. So you wrote an op-ed detailing how you believe Trump can help those hard-working Americans, people that feel left out across this country, hard-working middle class, get back to work.
Yeah, absolutely. That's his unique appeal. I was in Menneson yesterday with Donald, and I can tell you, to see mayors from the mill towns up and down the Monongahela Valley, all of whom are Democrats, a lot of them at that event, and I can tell you, there were I met a bunch of folks there. None of them were Republicans, and they were there because he is giving them hope. He is saying a message that has not been getting out with either Democrats or Republicans, talking about the impact of globalization, talking about the impact of immigration, and how it's affecting these communities, and has for the last 30 or 40 years. And that's exciting. And I can tell you, in western Pennsylvania in particular, northeastern Pennsylvania, the Lehigh Valley, Donald Trump is going to get a lot of votes come November.
All right, well, let's talk about party unity, because the convention is coming up quickly, and still there's a lot of discord, a lack of unity amongst the Republicans. This is a time when people should be coming together to support the nominee like you are, Senator, but instead we see stragglers, and there's many who say if you're not for the Republican nominee, then that's helping Hillary Clinton.
Well, I couldn't agree more. I'm very disappointed that the same people who complained that, well, the establishment always gets their nominee, and the people aren't heard, and the grassroots are always pushed down and ignored. Well, whether we like it or not, the grassroots spoke, and spoke very, very loudly, record turnout all across this country, and they came out in droves and voted for Donald Trump. And now the very people who used to say, well, we want to hear those people, are saying, let's ignore those people, and let's cozy up with the establishment, and let's find someone else to take the nomination. That's just against everything that they've ever fought for. And you just wonder whether it really is they really wanted to hear the voice of the people, or they just wanted to hear, they wanted their point of view to be heard at the convention. I think it's wrong. I believe that the voters have spoken. They voted loudly and they voted clearly, and I'm going to stand with them, and let's see if we can win in November.
There certainly is a movement in this country, and it would be nice to see people honor the commitment, the pledge that everyone signed to support the nominee, and no time like the present. So, Senator, there are new polls that show Hillary Clinton beating Donald Trump in key battleground states. Now, some of them are pretty close, but this one, she's ahead 51-37 in Florida, and that was a strong state for Trump. 45-41 in Iowa, 50-33 in Michigan, 48-38 in North Carolina, 46-37 a key state of Ohio, 45-38 in Virginia, and in your home state, Senator Clinton is ahead 49-35. What can he do to turn these numbers around and get some traction?
Well, first off, I wouldn't panic about any poll numbers in the middle of the summer. They're essentially meaningless. We've got a convention coming up. I have no doubt that that convention is going to create a great bump for him. I think what we've seen over the last week or so really is a much more disciplined candidate. I can tell you his speech in Menneson yesterday was terrific. It was right on point. He drove his point. He made the case. He talked about specific policies. It was a very presidential speech, and I think you're going to start to see more of that from Donald Trump, and I think people are going to like what they hear. I mean, I think they like the personality. They like the feistiness of Trump, but I think they're going to also start to like to see his positions and how they really are very populist positions that fit well in with the mainstream of America.
All right, and of course, I always think about it being a lawyer, at least probably 3 crucial Supreme Court nominations, appointments would be coming up as well during this next presidency, so it couldn't be more important. Thank you so much for your time, Senator.